Hello, this is D and I'm back with another video. Well, I have some really exciting news today. It just kind of dropped out of the blue. I was actually having my lunch and this popped up on my news feed and I just had to get out and do a story on this. Now, we're all anticipating next generation, which starts next year, and we're seeing a lot of leaks and rumors come out, but we're getting a little bit more details now, especially with this leak. Now, this leak is coming from APU at tum_APU, and I've done other videos on this gentleman, and he is pretty reliable. He always goes out and finds the new APUs and the new chips that AMD is doing way before anybody else. He just always has access to these leaks, and they're always his track record is really high. It speaks for itself. Now, he has the latest leak stating that the Gonzalo score is 20,000 points in its 3D Mark bench test. Now, the PS4 roughly has a score of 5,000, so it's a big increase in power over the previous generation. Now, if we compare this to the PC architecture, I'm going to put up these graphs here. As you can see, it sits somewhere in between a 2080 and a GTX 1080, which is a really good metric for a console. To be quite honest with you guys, I'm really happy with this result. Now, the Gonzalo APU is basically been associated with the PlayStation 5. So according to the leaks, the Gonzalo APU is the code name for the PlayStation 5 through AMD. This is basically what the insiders are saying. Now, of course, we're gonna have to take this with a grain of salt until these companies come out and verify anything. We have to take everything that we see with a grain of salt. Nonetheless, tum_APU, like I said before, has a really good track record, and this score, it really bodes well for the PlayStation 5. It's going to be a very capable system. Also, too, I would like to add that it is, if you compare it to the PC architecture that we have right now, it's basically a little bit higher than an i7 7700K and a GTX 1080, which is great for a console. The consoles that we have now, honest to tell you, they weren't really cutting it. Now, we have the Xbox One X, which is much better. We're getting 4K graphics. We're getting 60 frames per second on some games, but for the most part, games are still stuck at 30 frames per second because of the Jaguar cores. The next generation consoles are gonna have Zen 2, which is a much beefier CPU. It's a generational leap. It's a quantum leap to what we have in consoles now. And if this latest leak proves to be true, the PlayStation 5 is going to be a wonderful machine. It's going to pack a punch. It's going to do 4K 60 with no problems, because if you have an i7 7700K and a GTX 1080, you are able to achieve 4K 60 frames per second. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think about this latest leak. Do you think it's credible? And does this kind of line up to where you thought the PlayStation 5 would sit in performance? I want to know what you guys think, so please leave your comments down below, and like I usually say, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.